Shelley Winter Show, live, local, topical, and relevant. Really quickly, Patrick, go ahead, Patrick. Hold on, Patrick. Hold on. I gotta do this. I want to talk about this young man, Jaquon Stembridge. First of all, let me tell you, I have, you know, when you go on an interview, Magic Mike, and ask you, hey, well, what's a negative about you? My negative is I'm very loyal to people that I know. Right, to a fault. I will, you can get arrested, go to court, all this kind of stuff. I'm still going to be loyal to you, and I will defend you every step of the way if I feel you're being mistreated in some way. Right now, if you come to me and say, "Hey, Shelley, I did it," okay, then I'm still your friend, but you're on your own. Well, Jaquon Stembridge is a 19-year-old teenager. He's not a young man. He's not a young kid. Young boy. He's a young teenager, 19 years old. He was elected Assistant Secretary of the Georgia GOP. Let me explain to you, no adult wants to be the Assistant Secretary of the Georgia GOP. It's a gopher position. If you run for the Assistant Secretary of the Georgia GOP, you're simply positioning yourself to get inside secrets and or destroy the GOP from inside, and or you're there to run for Georgia GOP chair in a year, period. Jaquon Stembridge ran for Assistant Secretary so he can help, so he can build it. Bring in young people, talk to minorities, talk to Hispanics, talk to African Americans, talk to young people. This young man started the Georgia Teen Republicans in his area, in his high school, when he was in high school. This past weekend, this young man was targeted. Let me tell you again, he was targeted. This is not to catch a predator. I've seen some headlines that say he was caught up in a sting. Yes, he was caught up in a sting targeting him. A sting is where a bunch of police officers put out pictures of young children, and then they say, hey, I'm at ABC Street, and a bunch of men come to ABC Street, and they get caught up in a sting. That's a sting. This kid was targeted. He's a teenager. And let me digress right here quickly. There are many of you grown people going after this young man, saying things like, this is why you don't grow the tent. What does that mean? You don't grow the tent by bringing in young people? You don't grow the tent by bringing in African Americans? You don't grow the tent by bringing in LGBT members? Is that what you mean by that, you racist piece of slug? Then there are people saying, oh, look at what happens when you elect young people. Well, who else are you going to elect? A 70-year-old? They've been running the Georgia GOP for a long time, the 60s, the 70s, and they've done a wonderful job. Our fundraising is great, isn't it? Our numbers are really fantastic. Our membership is through the roof with all the grown people running it. No, Assistant Secretary is a job as a gopher. You help the secretary. That's it. Any adult that runs for that position is not a serious person. That position is designed for a teenager, to bring in young people. Josh McCoon, let me say this. He is my friend. He was right to get this in front of it, get Jaquon's resignation, and move on as an organization. I totally agree with that. But I will add this, Mr. McCoon, Josh, my good friend Josh McCoon. You know I love you. Brad Barnes needs to be next. I find it fascinating that people went on social media to defend a white racist supremacist at 42 years old who tweeted out yesterday white racist stuff. Oh, no, he's old. I did it because I thought the kid was young. Brad Barnes is 42 years old. This is a teenager. And you guys ran to knock this young man out the way. I get it as an organization. I defend what Josh McCoon did. The rest of you on social media talking silly like you are, I don't defend. This man was set up, and I want to know two things. I want to know who set him up and why. And if I find out who set him up and why, I will make your life a miserable hell. Because I know he was set up, and I know he was set up by Republicans. And I know he was set up by Republicans who are either mad that he won the Assistant Secretary position or worse, think he's some kind of Democrat plant. Yes, I'm saying things undercover because the people listening to me will know what I'm talking about. If I find out that it was any of you that I've been told through gossip and innuendo that you had something to do with this targeting effort to destroy this 19-year-old teenager's life for politics, I will destroy every single one of you. I will destroy. Oh, by the way, Jaquon has counsel. He's got a lawyer. So if you had anything whatsoever to do with the targeting of this young 19-year-old teenager, You will lose everything. The trailers that you live in, the hoopties that you drive, and everything. I'm so mad at my party right now because you threw a 19-year-old, ruining the life of a 19-year-old. And please don't call him a pedophile. He's 19. The kid was 14. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a kid. It was an adult playing a kid because they were setting him up. I'm not condoning the behavior. I'm just telling you the facts. And I come from the old school. 19, 17, 18, 16, 15, 14 are all the same to me. If you're a parent of a teenager, you know your 19-year-old has no different mentality than when he or she was 17 years old. They may be in college now, but they're still a teenager. They're still a child. You guys went after a 19-year-old for politics. How disgustingly black do your hearts have to be to have done that? How disgustingly evil do the people who targeted this kid at 19 because someone told them to do it? Every single person involved in this is evil. And let me end with this. When I got this news, a friend of mine, a Democrat, texted me. My good friend Elisa Thomas Searcy said, hey, what happened? I didn't know what she was talking about. I hadn't seen anything. And I found the story. I called him immediately. Within a minute of seeing the story, I called Jaquon and I said, are you okay? Were my first words. If you have Jaquon Stembridge's number and you have yet to call him to check on him, then you are not really a Christian nor a man or woman of God. You're a bad person. Because if you can be someone's friend and hug them and kiss them and cheer for them at one meeting and then one internet story comes out about them and then you drop them like a hot potato, then you are dark of heart. Especially when it's a teenager. The Shelley Winter Show. 404-872-0750. 1-800. WSB Talk. Bill Crane coming up next.